Welcome to another Women and series with Tobo Sigwe, Ikolomuo. Today I want to discuss or answer a question. Who answers your prayers? Who answers your prayers? Why I'm treating this topic is that so many people, especially young people, who want to switch from Christianity to Omenana, they always ask me these questions. Like why they are Christians, God answer their prayer. So if they switch to Omenana, who is going to answer their prayer? Is God not going to be angry with them? And won't God stop answering their prayers and all those things? So we need to understand who answers prayer. First of all, I want us to know that the thinking that God is not going to answer your prayer, the supposed universal God or the Christian God that answer your prayer, that the God will stop answering your prayer, is wrong. That kind of thinking is wrong. Why do I say so? Our forefathers, who were never Christians, were they not praying? Were some of their prayers not answered? Were some of their prayers not answered? There is no God that you are going to worship that is going to provide answers to all your prayers or that is going to grant all your requests. There is no God anywhere that has been able to achieve such feat. If there is a God, show me. I've said it repeatedly. At times when your prayer is not answered, you blame yourself. You may not blame God. When someone goes to war with his or her God and the person emerges victorious, the person gives the God the credit. But once it doesn't go, the person is defeated. The person blames himself or blames the fellow soldiers or finds somewhere to lay the blame. There is no God that is all sufficient. There is no God that answers all prayers. There is no God that grants all requests. There are several factors to it. The reason why some prayers are not answered might be from your own end, or might be because the God does not feel that such request is necessary. But the bottom line is there is no God that answers all prayers. And like I said, some of our ancestors, before the coming of the white men with their white God, were their prayers not answered? Some of their prayers were answered. Some of their prayers were answered. If their prayers were not answered, they will not be worshiping that God. That is why there is an Igbo adage that goes thus: no na alose emerifo ji ebola alose egosi oiseji wewe. That means if a God does not answer prayer, if the God does not provide the sufficient needs of his adherents or worshippers, they will show that particular God the wood, the tree that it was cut from. So I think any God that answers even if 50, 60 to 70% or 80% of your prayers or your requests, the God is sufficient. So, but that is not what we are saying now. The point is we are trying to understand which God answer your prayers. Because at times you give credit to a God that this is the God that answered your prayer. How are you sure that it is that God that you are giving the credit that answers your prayer? Nevertheless, I want to say this. We must understand that there are many gods. There are many gods, there are many prayer answering gods. Even in this Christianity, there are many gods in Christianity. You hear people, they say the God of St. Stephen, the God of St. Mark's Anglican Church, the God of St. Mary Catholic Church, the God of Choosing, the God of Washman, the God of Bishop David Oyedepo, the God of Adeboye, the God of Kumuyi. Is that not enough proof that these gods are different? Everybody is calling Jesus, but they are not worshiping the same God. Jesus is just the trademark. It's just the general trademark. But the God that answers prayers are different. That's why people move from one church to the other. If they feel that their needs are not provided in this particular church, they switch from one church to another. So they are looking for a place that they will go, that a particular God will answer their prayer fast. So even in Christianity, the gods are different. The gods that are answering prayers are different. The God of one denomination is different. The God of every church in Christianity are different. They are not worshiping the same God, and that's why their doctrines will always be different. A particular God that established a particular church is the God that patterns the doctrine of that church and how that church or how that church the activities, the mode of worshiping in that church. So there are different prayer answering gods, whether in Christianity or in paganism or in every religion you want to cite. So I want us to look at the God that answers your prayers. First of all, we need to know this. The first God that answers your prayers is yourself. A human being is a God. This physical body you are wearing is the God in you that is wearing this physical body to walk through this journey of life. The only thing is that this body inhibits that spirit. It limits the functionality, the malleability, the flexibility of that spirit. It limits it, but nevertheless, it is still a God, it's still a spirit. What is God? What you are not seeing. What can solve problem? Any unseen being that can solve problem is a God. Even some seen beings are gods. Some human beings are gods to their fellow human beings. That's why Igbos have a name, Mmadụ Buchibe, Ogo Buchionye. Anybody that can solve your problem is a God to you. So you yourself, you're a God because you can solve your own problem. Some of your prayers that you say in the recess of your heart are answered by yourself. So man himself is a God. Every human being is a God upon himself. So that God within functions to the extent of an individual's strength and capacity, or even consciousness. Number two, we are looking at the God that answers prayers. Number two is what? Your chi. Your chi. The Igbos believe that everybody has a personal guide, what they call chi, in this journey of life. Every individual has a personal guide. So your chi will be your guide. And that your guide is your God. Like I said, your God is anything that answers your prayers, anything that helps you, anything that provides your needs. So your chi answers your prayer. Your chi is your God. So some of your prayers are answered by your chi. Some of your requests are being attended to by your chi. Another God that answers your prayer is your ancestors. Nobody fell from sky. We are a product of lineage, both spiritual and physical. Some of our dead ancestors answers our prayers. They are there in the underworld. They are looking at what our journey of life. So at times, they answer our prayers. Some at times, it might even be your dead mother, your dead uncle, your dead father, your dead grandmother, your dead great-grandmother. These are your ancestors. In one way or the other, they answer some of your prayers. They can be moved. You might be going through some tribulations. They will be moved and say, no, it's enough. We have to ensure that this problem is solved. Ignorantly, when this problem is solved, because you do not know, you give another God the credit. But a very conscious being, at times, will be able to know the particular God that answers his or his prayers. Even in this physical life, at times you solve some people's problem without those people knowing that they are the ones that you are the one that solved their problem for them. And what will they? Even when people know, at times when you solve some people's problem, they will still give the glory to that, say, universal God. They will not thank you. Now, the fourth God that answers your prayers, some of your prayers, is the God of your land. Every man is from somewhere. Every man is from somewhere. I've said it. There is a reason that in the Christian Bible it is written, those who know their God. It's not those who know God. They say those who know their God. So every land has a God. Every territory in this earth has a God. Just like every nation has a president. Every state has a governor. Every county has a kind of chairman or whatever. Every principality has a head. So every land, wherever you are from, there is a principality, spiritual principality. Just there is a physical principality, governor. That's how there is a spiritual governor. So some of your prayers are answered by the God of your land. It depends if that is a request that's supposed to come to that God's table. And they treat it. The fifth and the final one is perhaps a foreign god that you have pledged loyalty to. Some of us have pledged our loyalty to some foreign gods. And some of these foreign gods, be it in church or in some occult kingdom or societies, they answer some of our prayers because you are their member. You pay dues. So they attend to some of your prayers. So these are the prayer answering gods. I say yourself, your chi, your ancestors, the God of your land, or foreign gods that you have pledged your loyalty to. So there is no universal God anywhere that is answering anybody's prayer. Know this. There is no universal God anywhere that answers anybody's prayer. So that thinking that if you go back to the religion of your ancestors, that God, the supposed universal God will stop answering your prayer. No, stop it. No universal God answers anybody's prayers. These are the gods that answer prayers. But because you do not know, you think that there is an almighty God somewhere answering your prayer. It doesn't exist. Thank you.
If you love the video you will just watch, please like and subscribe, and also share the video. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you love it. Thank you. I don't want to be